Hi, my name's Scott Pickett. You might know me from Estelle, but also from Lupo and Matilda and my little deli at the Queen Victoria Markets. Now today we're going to cook a recipe out of my new book, Marriage of Flavours. It's my grandmother's duck fat roasted potatoes. So we're going to start by putting the potatoes into the water. Now I've just got sort of warm water at a little simmer. All right, I'm going to cut these into big chunks, and I'll cook them for probably 10 to 15 minutes. And so into the potato water, I'm going to add some rosemary, some thyme, a bay leaf, a couple of cloves of cracked garlic, and some peppercorns, and plenty of salt. Now what this does is this flavours the broth. Big pinch of salt. I'm going to put the lid on that. I bring them to a gentle simmer. As I said, 10 to 15 minutes. Drain them in a colander. And then I just let them sort of cool for a little bit, and I'll put them in a tray, and I'll leave them uncovered in the fridge overnight. Now I've got a heavy duty roasting pan here that's non-stick. Now this one goes on the induction. If yours doesn't, then I actually pre-melt my duck fat separately and get it sort of roasty toasty in the oven. Straight in with the olive oil, this is preheated, and then the duck fat. Fat is flavour. You get that melting, you get that nice and warm. Now in this recipe I've gone duck fat and olive oil. Now you could do one or the other if you liked, or like me both, because I like the flavour of the duck fat and the flavour of the olive oil, and it just gives you a little bit of depth, okay? And so I just carefully place them in, and to be super careful I'm going to use some tongs as well. There you go, that just breaks them up for me too. Now I can hear that starting to sizzle. Okay, my pan's nice and hot and all my potatoes are in, but the tip here as well is don't overload your pan, don't crowd it too much. You want a nice flat surface, and that way you start to get a really good colour on the potato. I'm going to add a little bit of salt now, a few twists of pepper, thyme, just broken them up, a few sprigs of rosemary. A few of the potatoes have already got a wonderful golden crust, so I'm just gently going to flip them over. And then pop them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, then bring them out and check them. Now after 15 minutes, we've got a beautiful crust on one side, and I'm just going to check them. If you are going to cook a roast turkey, I start off at a really high temperature, basting, beautiful colour, and then I drop it down to about maybe 110, 120, low and slow. That way you get the beautiful crispy skin and a lovely juicy bird. Twist them, there's some crispy bits. There's some soft fluffy bits. I'm going to finish them with the herb salt. Hot, but yummy. But the big thing about this is it's all about the technique. You've got to use the right potatoes. You cook them just right, dry them out overnight. Nice hot pan, with the duck fat and olive oil. Plenty of seasoning. You smash them up if you like. Or you can leave them whole, I don't mind too much. And then I just finish with a little bit of my famous herb salt, and then we enjoy.